All right. Hopefully everyone's doing well today. Back with you to close out the discussion on Kanban. You might also hear it called Kanban. It, of course, it's from Japan. It's been around a long time, late 1940s. It essentially means a signage. Um, Toyota came up with it after seeing some things in England in the grocery stores. So they wanted to find a way to make things a little bit easier to track what they needed for supplies in the factories. So they designed a system where they would have these signs that say that a part's needed. Now, over the decades, especially now, that has become digital in many cases. A lot of companies out there have systems in place to track inventories. You have your reorder points. It'll let you know when you've hit that reorder point to order something. Oftentimes, systems will automatically order when it hits that reorder point. It depends on which system you have. But again, it's been around a long time. It was a way to improve the supply system, make sure that they didn't have a whole bunch of stuff lying around. They only kept what they needed. Of course, turned into just-in-time inventory. I've done a previous video on that where, even though it might work in some cases, just-in-time inventory has caused a little bit of an issue with things right now with supply chain issues. So it's taking longer, of course, to get some supplies. So when you have just-in-time inventories, you have a limited amount and you order it when you need it. It could take a year to get the part, and you're going to be in trouble potentially with your customer or client. So you got to watch that, especially nowadays. Maybe it'll go back to normal one of these days. All right. But again, it's been around a while, and it's now turned into something more than just keeping an eye on parts on the factory floor. IT has been using it a lot. They use aspects of Kanban to track projects for Agile. So it's kind of merged from a factory floor to a online environment with software projects. So it can still be used in the supply field, but it's also used in IT and everything in between. So it's a method out there to use to ensure you're not wasting supplies, inventory space, that you're tracking what you need to be successful. Because again, if you have too much supply, too many materials, equipment, that's a waste. It costs you more money, especially if you have to have warehouses or connexes full of stuff that you're maybe leasing, renting. So it's still a good system out there. Even though it's kind of moved into the IT world, you can use it across the board. So even though it's been around for 80 years almost, it's still useful. So just think about that, where folks came up with these ideas many years ago, and it was groundbreaking then, and it still works now. So an idea you may have at some point could be used 100 years from now. So it's not a bad thought, right? All right, so that's in a nutshell Kanban.